What is happening in Israel and Palestine doesn't care whether I've been there or not. It's the reality, whether you like it or not. You can say what you want. You can say what you want. The evidence speaks for itself.
Okay, first thing I'm noticing here is a very pro-Zionist audience.
The evidence speaks for itself, because when you murder innocent civilians, it doesn't care whether Aiden Doyle goes to UCLA or not. It cares whether innocent civilians are murdered or not. It doesn't care whether Mosab was born in Palestine. It cares whether innocent civilians were murdered or not. That's the reality. It doesn't matter where I come from or where Mosab comes from.
Please, okay. people, so, I have to ask you, sorry, Mr. Youssef, nobody's dying in this room by hearing some words. So let's just take a breath.
Great point made by the manager of the debate.
And we'll let them
Half
speak.
the people in Israel don't know the history of their own country. It doesn't matter. Who cares?
Okay. No. Okay. Please.
No. You have to understand that. You have to understand
Stop.
that the actual reality. It doesn't matter where you come from. You can still understand what is happening. Because it doesn't care. Because it doesn't care. It doesn't care who.
Stop.
Whether somebody dies or not. If I'm born in the United States, it doesn't affect whether somebody dies in Palestine. You don't understand that. You don't understand that.
What matters then?
You're gonna get to ask him whatever you want afterwards.
Okay? We will have Q&As, guys, after.
Facts.
Yeah, he's. The UCLA activist Aiden Doyle, I believe his name is, he shouldn't be engaging with the audience too much right now. And again, many must understand that the goal of a debate is to convince the audience. And this isn't very convincing. When you are debating the other person, aka Mosab or Mossad, your goal is to persuade the audience in this. So right now, don't engage directly with the audience, even though they do seem like they're very pro-Israel.
Facts do matter. Facts matter. Facts don't change if I was born in Palestine or born in the United States. They don't change. They don't change.
Source of your information? What's the source of your information?
Is Benny Morris okay? Is that a good source?
Give me a legitimate book, and I would like to know an author that has the legitimacy, that they have studied, and they have the authority to speak on the topic. Name 3 books as source of your information.
Yeah. Okay, that's beautiful, because Mosab, he never says books. All he does is my previous experience. I grew up in Palestine and Israel. I grew up with the Arabs and all of that. That's all of his sources. He has no books. Never mind, I'm not gonna say it. But the other thing is, why legitimate sources and authors in terms of who? Like in terms of him? Like he gets to choose who's legitimate and who's not? See, it's a stupid framing. Stupid framing.
Sure, The Nation Forum by Rashida Khalidi. Rashida Khalidi.
Who is that? I never heard of.
I believe his name is Rashid Khalidi.
This woman.
He was actually he was part of the peace process in the 90s.
Okay.
But you don't know about him. That's fine. I still respect your opinion. It doesn't mean that you're wrong just because you don't know a single author, okay? That's fine. I can go on. Benny Morris, The Righteous Victims, 1948. Both of those books, does that satisfy you, or do you want me to keep on going?
Keep going.
Or do the facts change depending on how many books I've read? I could also talk about I think it's called Creating a Nation by Eddie Balabar, or I could talk about Shlomo Sand, a Tel Aviv author who wrote The Invention of the Jewish People, an Israeli Tel Aviv author. If your point is that what I'm saying is not right because I haven't read enough books, well, you're wrong on both counts.
Okay.
You hear the audience, there's like 2 people clapping, but it is what it is.
First of all, all the books that you read looks like going only in one direction, to delegitimize Israel.
Ah, there we go. Your sources aren't. Yeah, tell me all the books you've read on it. Oh, all the books you read on it don't count because it doesn't fit my narrative. Okay, gotcha, Mosab.
Do you know who Benny Morris is?
I don't need to know. I think you're just making up stuff.
Or the making of the Israeli nation.
And I think
Making of the Israeli Nation. Do you know that book, or are you just uneducated? What's the
look?
Yeah, Benny Morris is definitely on the pro-Israel side.
What's the answer?
Listen. What did I tell you from the beginning of this conversation? I don't need to read books to know my.
Oh, you
land.
don't need to read books, but
I don't
do.
need. I write the books. I write them.
All right,
I live the experience. I am the author.
All the credibility you gain.
I am not a second-hand knowledge.
All of the credibility that you gained by living in Palestine was taken away from you when Israel put you on their paycheck.
Ooh, got him. And that's so true. Like I said, did Mosab read any books on the topic? I'm sure he has not. And oh, he's a living experience. Okay, bro. How old are you? I mean, you look fairly young. I'd say you're probably 40 or younger. Israel's what, 80 something years old? So how do you know all of the history then without reading books? Oh, you just heard stories. Okay.
Okay. All right. We're gonna.
Okay.
If you no, because
Do
if
you
you're,
have evidence that I have a paycheck from Israel?
you worked for Israel for 6 years. It's not.
Do
It's,
you
it's
have
in your biography.
What's your evidence?
So you weren't paid to work for Israel. You just did it willingly.
Well,
Exactly.
Okay.
He got him on that one. He got him on that. Yeah, he definitely worked. I mean, you check his Wikipedia page. I know people are going to say stuff about Wikipedia, but yeah, he definitely was. I believe he worked for the Secret Service in Israel, the Mossad. Mosab worked in Mossad.
First of all, if you want to take personal aim, I can take you on a rabbit hole that you will never get out of it.
Sure. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I have been patient and respecting you. You know why? Because you're just an arrogant student with no knowledge, with no life experience, advocating on a very dangerous cause, being a useful idiot in the hands of terrorists.
Okay, few things I want to say. Mosab. I've said this before. I think he's a fake. I think he's trying to impersonate an Arab when he's not. He's probably Israeli. And the reason I say this is because I've spoken to a lot of immigrant Arabs before. Some things you'll notice in their accent is they can't say the letter P. And he just clearly said it. He said experience. An Arab immigrant would probably say something like experience, right? They can't say the P. They say the B. And then also, if you're an immigrant and English is not your first language, you don't know terms like useful idiots. I'm being very honest. You don't know terms like that yet because you don't know the English language in that much depth yet. Like, what does useful idiot mean?
Creating trouble, putting encampment, breaking the law, advocating on behalf of a terrorist organization designated by the American law as a terrorist organization makes you a terrorist. That's my effort to say that I got paid 10 years.
See how clearly he said paid with a P? Any Arab immigrant would say baid with a B because they don't have the letter P in their alphabet.
Fighting and chasing after terrorists who blow up, killed Americans, Israelis, Arabs, Muslims, all type of people indiscriminately. Do you think you can sit here and judge me and tell me it's like you did it for money?
When you say you're fighting for Israel, would you say that you're advocating for them?
I told you I only represent myself.
So you're not fighting for Israel.
And you don't have the authority to sit there and judge, tell me I took money or I did not take money. This is not your business.
No, you did take money. That's a fact, and that's fine.
This is not your business.
You took money from Israel, and that's okay. You're a propagandist for Israel. That's just a fact, and it's the reality of the situation. But again, I don't know how many times. I don't know how many times I have to say. I don't know how many times I have to say. I can speak from my own authority. I can speak from the authority of historians. I can speak from the authority of the thousands of Palestinians who live in Palestine.